Hotty toddy, welcome back to another edition of Gumball Gold, the only YouTube channel dedicated to bulk vending. I can't believe no one else is doing this with me. But I want to talk to you about the Monster Stand. I always wanted to do that. The Monster Stand and how to restore them. Now, in my opinion, they're the best quality stand for bulk. You know, you've seen the cheap, what do you call it, metal stamped out, whatever, and they dent, they're lightweight. You know, a Monster Stand is the best quality because A, it looks good, it's very heavy, cast iron got that heaviness to it, therefore it's going to last forever. All of mine have for all these years, and they're always worth a minimum $50 used in any condition. Brand new, they're going to cost you $100. That's shipped to you from either gumballstuff.com or candymachines.com. That's the only two companies I'm aware of that sell the Monster Stand. Comment down below if you know somewhere else that has them cheaper, faster, whatever. But the problem with the Monster Stand is they're just pure cast iron. And we all know iron rusts so easily once they're exposed to the elements. A location at a restaurant, for example, maybe the employees, they mop the floors every night before leaving or whatever and slop it on the base of your Monster Stand every night, 5 nights a week, so 7, who knows, but that Chinese cheap-ass paint's not going to last forever. And this is the shit right here. Rust-Oleum with the primer and paint in one can, gloss black, will restore your Monster Stand and it'll keep looking great for years, I guarantee it. And I gotta disclose, this isn't the very proper way to restore your Monster Stand. The most proper way takes more money and time, and that is to sandblast it. You gotta pay for that if you don't own a sandblaster. And then you've got to get them powder coated, and that costs money too, to get the same result as what I'm about to show you. Now then, in the dog days of summer, it's hot out, it's the best time of the year to restore your Monster Stand. You're going to put it up on anything, an old chair, bucket, or whatever, get it off the ground so that, nothing blows up on the wet paint or, any dirt or debris. You're going to first wash it down with soap and water. I mean, every aspect of it, even underneath of it. I didn't show me doing underneath of it because I think y'all are smart enough to figure that out. But every aspect of that base, you're going to wash it down with soap and water. And then you're going to find something to do 10 or 15 minutes because you're going to let it sit in the sun, soak in it, get it nice toasty hot where all the water just evaporates off of it. And then you're going to go out there and you're going to find something like window cleaner, surface cleaner, something with alcohol as part of the recipe, and wipe it down. Wipe down every little crack and crevice or whatever. Get it nice and clean. Then take your ass somewhere else for 10 or 15 minutes, entertain, whatever, get something to drink, eat. Come back out there and touch the surface and it's going to be hot again. When it's hot, that, if it's so hot out, you'll watch it evaporate. That cleaner will evaporate before you ever, finish, okay? And then you're going to take your trusty Rust-Oleum. I'm recording. I got to start over again. I saw the email. That's some fucked up shit. I already did a video about it. All right. I'll talk about it in this video for a split second. We'll go back to painting that Monster Stand. Anyway, if y'all are like me and us or whatever, you got this email from All Star Vending. And oh my God. Like I talked about in that toy capsule video, wasn't that a couple, whatever. Y'all check out this email. I'm just showing you a screenshot, but I'm going to say the quiet part out loud. We're all thinking it. Looks gay as fuck. Oh, I don't know how these people stay in business, okay? Now, this is my personal opinion. I might be wrong, but I think I'm 99% right. The squishy thing, that's been a fad, and I think we've been at the peak of that fad, and I think All-Star is going to ride that wave to the end with their profits. I don't know if their boat from China took a year to get over here and they finally got it available, but the squishy thing looks gay as fuck, and I think the market's saturated. You can go in any store and gas it, whatever, and then the squishies are there, and people sell them on Facebook. I think they're very late to the party. And K-pop. Come on now, All-Star. K-pop. I was in the radio business for years, what I retired from. And I know from experience, K-pop was a feminizing fad 20 years ago. It was a fad for the teens, not little kids that are base customers in bulk vending. This was the teens. I would say age group 13 to 20. That was their core audience. And do y'all remember the K-pop boys, dudes? I mean, they wore more makeup than Madonna. It was ridiculous. But I don't know how All-Star can even fathom that a little child under 10, 13, whatever our toys are marketed for in these machines, even knows what K-pop is. Y'all can comment down below your thought. K-pop, there's not even online radio stations anymore for it. Not as many. There may be one or two, but this is the problem with Canada. And let's put a face to it, okay? This is from All-Star's website. I got it from the About Us page. This is the problem with Canada, the state of Washington, Oregon. Y'all see where I'm going with this? The problem is you got these feminine, liberal, progressive women that's in control. The whole country of Canada is under control by these kind of people. They think they know better than everybody else. And we all know the province of Alberta, they're just, getting their signatures together to get the fuck out of there. They're going to become their own country. Who knows? Maybe they're the 51st state of America. That Alberta has had it with this. Same thing with the state of Oregon. 2/3 of the eastern side of Oregon are going to succeed and become part of Idaho, and they got the paperwork rolling there. But this is the face, and their employees, white, liberal, progressive women, is the problem of Canada, and I think bulk vending. And of course, they've got the NBVA sticker on their website for best customer service. So that's the mark of the beast in bulk vending. I wish them luck, and I hope. But anyway, back to the monster stand. You're gonna use this shit. Don't worry about spraying too much in one spot, or just keep it moving. You're gonna put a good heavy coat of this gloss black all over the base, underneath of it, and it probably literally dry right in front of you, just like the alcohol evaporated. But just get it good and covered and thick, and go find something to do for 10 or 15 minutes. Go inside, get out of the heat, get a tasty cold beverage, entertain your ass with something on your phone, whatever you do. And then go back outside in that hot summer sun, and I promise you, if you touch the surface, it's going to be warm, and that paint will be dry, but it's going to be shiny as hell. And then you're going to take another good dose of this and spray it down. You want a good, thick second coat on that monster stand, and that's all it's going to take. It's done, it's finished, it's ready to roll, and I promise you, this paint's going to last for years. All the ones I did 4 years ago still look perfect, look great, pristine on location. And don't forget to clean them off, the dust or whatever, when you go service your machines. All right, thanks for watching. Back out reading the mail. Bye-bye.